Morning, YouTube. This is Chuck Jennings with CNS Mining Manufacturing in northern Arizona. When I first started out prospecting over 30 years ago, the first thing I bought was a steel gold pen like you see here. The pen is the simplest and most basic prospecting tool that you can get. Back then, plastic pens were new and weren't really trusted like the steel were. I now own several dozen of all different types and sizes and colors and designs, mostly plastic. I still use pans all the time to sample gravel and clean up concentrates and all sorts of other purposes. I found good gold with my sluices, dry washers, and dredges. I found some pretty nice gold with nothing more than just a gold pan. And if you know how to find it, there's still some pretty good gold left to be dug with nothing more than a pan. The gold pan is one of the oldest types of concentrated equipment and is originally called a gold dish by the 49ers. I recommend now that plastic pans for the most folks because they have more significant advantages over the older steel types, including the fact that they are lighter, don't rust, and don't conflict when you use a magnet. In South America, prospectors use a long-used cone-shaped wooden bowl called a batea. The 49ers made their first pans out of bent cattle horns that were shaped like large spoons. The Chinese brought the steel gold pans out and started using them, and actually they invented the riffles in the gold pans. Okay, now that you got the history of this really important mining tool, let's get into some of the basics of this tool. As you can see here, this is my panning tub that really helps when you're panning, whether you're in a creek or not. That really doesn't matter. This keeps you from bending over, saves your knees. The other thing is, this pan, when you go out to buy a pan, don't buy a pan and go out and pan with it. The first thing you can do, I'm not sure you can see it real well in this video, but you can see the scratches here in the bottom, the sides, and the riffles just everywhere. All my pans are that way. When you get a new pan, first thing you do is get some dish soap, throw in dish soap, and just scrub the living daylights out of it with a brush. Scrub the riffles, all the little grooves in the riffles, the bottom. Then take out one of the scratchy pads that looks like almost like a steel wool pad. Scratch the sides, the riffles again, the whole thing. Then when you go out to the creek, as soon as you get out to get a handful of gravel and sand, and do the same thing again. So the scratches are good. It makes your material stay and not go anywhere. So you need to do that. Then that gets your pan seasoned so it's ready to go. And if you can see both of these are both my pans that are scratched everywhere, and I've been using them for a lot of years, and they'll last you for a lifetime. So the next thing I always do is, no matter what I'm doing, if I'm doing concentrate, I always use number 4 screen. It's a 1/4" screen. Number 4 just says there's 4 openings per inch. So when you screen your material, all you're going to do is put water in your pan and screen it down like so. So you get all that material classified, at least down, especially when you're sampling. When I go out to a claim to sample, that's how I sample. I take that material, put it on top of the screen, put it in a pan, take it to the creek, and do it that way. And let me get some material we'll throw in there and show you. Alright, I've re-aimed the camera now so you can see what we've got here. This is the 1/4" screen. This is the material. I'm sorry, this is the pan we're going to use, as is this one. I always use 2 gold pans. I pan into a pan. And a lot of people say, well, you don't have to do that because I never lose any gold when I pan. Well, if they don't, they're probably the only ones in the world that don't. When you're in, especially when you hit a good spot, you're getting a lot of good gold, you want to catch every little speck. And I mean, sometimes it's really fine stuff. So we pan into a pan, and I can't tell you how many times we've found really good gold in our safety pan. and the safety pan is the one that's underneath, this one. And so let's run. This is some concentrate from this year. I've got like, I don't know how many, probably 6 gallons of material. This is mainly black sand, and it's really hard to pan. But you can see now this 1/4 inch screen, and that was concentrates that's been run through the dredge and come out, and it's just been too small a gold to mess with while I'm dredging. But you can see all the rock that's in that, so you want to get rid of that kind of stuff. So then the way I pan, panning is just kind of shaking the material down. But you can, a lot of people do this side to side. This is what I do. I go side to side. Some people do this wave motion this way. I don't. But whatever works for you. Shake it down till the blonde sands come up on top. Peel off a couple layers. Shake it down again. Peel off some more. And you'll notice my pan is way up in the air, but I'm still going into my other pan. And just taking it right off the edge of the riffles. And just keep doing that until you're all the way down. So where now I'm getting hardly any blonde sands coming up now, if you can see. And as you keep panning it down, now you're to a point where once you quit panning here, you want to keep going till you see a speck of gold. I'm not sure I'm going to see it. I don't know where I'm at in this concentrate bucket, how much is in here. But your other pan will sooner or later get heavy like this one is now, so I can let it go and it won't float. So you just keep doing that. Pan into the pan, pan into the pan. Shake it down. I usually go like 3 or 4 waves into the pan and out. Shake it down again. It isn't going to hurt it to keep shaking it down. You're not going to wear it out. I mean, it's good safety to do that, to keep shaking it down, because your gold's going to go to the bottom. The gold's heavy. The gold's heavier than anything in this pan. And now it's pretty much classified to the same size as any of the gold that will be in here, or it should be. Now this is concentrate that's been gone through before off the dredge, so more than likely it's going to be a little bit smaller, if anything, in here. So I'm to a point now I'm getting no blonde, so I'm going to kick this back and look at it. Not sure there's anything in this, but we'll look. Okay, one thing I'd like you to see, I'm not sure if you can see right here, this is all little BBs in here, so there's lead. So wherever this came from, I'm not sure where, there's a lot of heavies right there in that spot. You can see there's even a nail here, piece of metal. So let's go to take this down just a little bit farther. Now I left some of that on the back here so I can get my material down. And then you just shake it down, spread it out, and just fanning your material back. Just fan it back off the riffle into the pan. Shake it a little bit if you need to. Let's see, I'd like to show you some gold, but I'm afraid there might not be any in this pan. Like I say, it's been gone through once. There are, my goodness, I don't think I can even get this on camera. There's one here, and 2 little ones there, but they're teeny specks, and that's what we don't do when we're out on the creek. We don't keep trying to get these out. We need to spend the time getting the gold rather than trying to get it out of the pan. But there's probably 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10 little specks there. Now, the other thing that's a must to have, I've lost one, here it is a snuffer bottle, or a sucker bottle. We call them sucker bottles. So when you get them little specks like that and you're down that far, that way you don't have to keep it and save it. Just take your bottle, squeeze it, and let it go, and it sucks it right up. And there's another one right there. And these are little fly poop things. like that. So I got them. You know, and that's as easy as it is for prospecting, but you need to practice. You need to practice panning. And I always safety pan, and I always use a screen. I've got friends who not only use a 1/4 inch screen, that's their first screen, and they do an 1/8 inch screen underneath that. So they get all the oversized rock and stuff out of it, and they catch their pieces. The big stuff they'll catch in the 1/4, then like the pickers they'll catch in the 1/8 inch screen. But that's all there is to it. I hope this is a help to you. It's this basic panning, and it's the most important tool that you use for everything. It doesn't matter if you're dredging, you're sluicing, you're high banking, you're still going to clean up with a gold pan. If you want to go out and test sample some areas before you bring in your dredge, you're going to test sample with a gold pan. And it just saves you time, and it gets you in the hot spot to find the gold, and it helps you clean up your concentrates. It's good for everything. Watch Gold Rush and see what they do when they get into a cut and they're looking for where the gold is. They take a gold pan and go down and throw it in the pan and pan it out to see where they're going to go next. Well, that's all there is for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.